Hello, everybody. Let's do this quickly. Out of the freezer, just look at that. Magnificence. Oh, yep. Let's do this quickly. There we go. It comes a point when the beer is too cold. Well, the glass at least is. Look at that. I've frozen this one. Never mind, cooled it down. Let's do maybe this. How's that? Yeah, that's possibly better. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna have a nice cold beer. Although, I fear this might be too cold. It looks like the... I think I've slushified my beer rather than kept it cool. Anyways, it's not going anywhere. Hopefully it defreezes while we're having a chat. So I wanted to have a conversation quickly, or a quick chat, about a couple of comments I received on a couple of my videos. And this is within the last day or two. It's been, it's definitely been interesting. How's that? So the first one, I kind of alluded to this yesterday. Freddie again, but I didn't really get to talk about it. So this is me giving Freddie again a quick breakdown of this. He was referring to, let me pull this up, to Bauhaus. Now the album, the songs on where he was referring to, or the reference was going towards, was The Sky's Gone Out. And the song was All We Ever Wanted Was Everything. Now, apart from it being a absolutely fantastic song, I think if you had to go and sit down and listen to the entire album, you would possibly recognize that that specific song is possibly something that most people in general would like. And I kind of get that. Let's just clear this up. So that made perfect sense to me, and I appreciated his comment. I think I've frozen my beer a little bit. I've slushified it. I've ruined it. Why look so sad? No, not sad at all, mate. Okay, I'm lying. I've ruined my beer. I placed it in the freezer for a minute, just to cool it down. It wasn't cold enough in my opinion, and I have slushified it. I also placed the glass in the freezer, and I've done everything wrong. Let's just say that. Anyways, apart from that, maybe I should have opened two beers, like one half in the glass, and the other half a fresh beer that was not in the freezer. Sorry, mate. Did you know your feet can smell? Well, if I ever looked sad, I'm definitely laughing now. Good on you. That is amazing. Listen, you should share that joke with literally everybody Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. That was amazing. That was amazing. Thank you. So the next message I did want to share. So that was Bauhaus. Oh, I wanted to say there are a couple of songs. My favorite Bauhaus song on this album has to be Third Uncle, but Silent Hedges, In the Night, like the album is brilliant from beginning to end. So I promise I'll stop talking about Bauhaus. I can talk about them forever. And then the next one was another message, and this is Catriel Contreras, who spoke about Radiohead. This is possibly a video I made about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Amazing. Oh, I will take your word entirely. I have no idea what you just said. Sorry, mate. I don't know whether that is Portuguese, is absolutely atrocious, so I'm not even going to try and read it. If it is regarding the greatest Formula One driver in the world, the brilliant Brazilian Ayrton Senna, I take it you've only said good things? Hopefully. Anyways, if this is Spanish or some different language, I apologize, I can't read it. Maybe Italian? I have no idea, sorry mate. Anyways, but thank you for your comment. I hope. I can't translate it. Maybe I can. Hold on. Don't we have like a translation app on here? I'm pretty sure I've seen it before. Obviously, I translate a ton of messages or words. Hold on, you can search. Why don't I just do that? Translate. So I have no idea what this is, but I hope that they'll pick it up or tell me exactly what it is. Let's see. I'm going to try Italian. No, it's not Italian. Let's try. Do we have Portuguese? Brazilian Portuguese? Not a clue. I am so sorry. My translator can't translate it either. Or no idea. Sorry, mate. Anyways, okay. The next message was, let me go back to YouTube's. Bob Dylan. Yeah. Bob Dylan's fantastic. I actually enjoy Bob Dylan's music. But hold on. Before we jump into Bob Dylan, let me look at this. So, Catriel Contreras was talking about Radiohead. Radiohead is this personality, and I think there was a little bit Beatles album. So, well, hold on with Beatles. Beatles are pretty phenomenal. One of my dad's favorite bands, which means I grew up with it, so love them. Paul McCartney is my favorite Beatle, not John Lennon, even though John Lennon was my dad's favorite Beatle. We're not going to get into that because it's a touchy subject. I I totally get that. Yeah. All right, mate. I want to go back to Radiohead. So he was saying that radio, definitely Pink Floyd, not even a question, no question. So he was saying that Creep is the song that people kind of ruined, and it's not that good. But I think it's one of the most honest songs ever. It deals with this guy who feels awful. Hello, mate. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day, by the way. Um, who's being affected, shall we say? And even though it's not my favorite Radiohead song, I can appreciate it. Now, it was kind of ruined by the fact that it was played on radio like every 10, 15 minutes or every 30 minutes or whatever the case may be. So I get why people say, well, it's an awful song. And then nightclubs back in the early 90s, 94, 95, I don't know, I forget when it came out, like 90, probably came out 90, 91, somewhere there. When it came out, it was overplayed 2-3 times a night, stuff like that. It was just overplayed, and I understand why people say it's not a brilliant song. I'm gonna agree it's not their best song, but I will disagree that it's not brilliant. I think personally that it's a brilliant song, but see it for what it is. It's somebody struggling within themselves, and that's it. Now that's some deep poetry, mate. Yeah. There you go. Other than that, today's been fairly quiet. I did try a new beard product on my beard. And yeah, that's about it today. Pink Floyd, I will definitely say Pink Floyd. Again, mate, I can't read that. I will respectfully say thank you for your comment. Accent. So, yeah, the accent is different because I grew up in South Africa and I've been living in the US for the past 15 years, somewhere there. And then the missus and I, we used to travel a lot. It used to be a lot of fun, long before YouTube, so before we had kids. But yeah. Okay. Want to go back to Pink Floyd. I have listened to Pink Floyd for very many years. In fact, I have strong memories of growing up on their music. Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Rolling Stones. How can I only have Rolling Stones number 4 when that was possibly my dad's all-time favorite band? Anyways, Beatles, Elvis Presley. I might not be the biggest Elvis Presley fan, but I know I can enjoy their music. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm 23. Yeah. Same for myself as a Brit. Hey, well, there you go, mate. Listen, if that's something that makes you happy, just always remember to be safe, look after yourself, protect yourself. That's what I'm saying. But if you want to travel, by all means do it. See, the missus, she used to work for South African Airways. So, and this was pre-2001. We would fly like at a drop of a hat, and it would cost us nothing. We went to the Far East. We went to the UK a couple of times. It was always fun. We came to America a couple of times. It was fantastic. So, have you ever traveled to the US? Yeah. Three times the love. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a wonderful place to be. I have to be honest, the American people, of which I am now part of, are a generous bunch. They're lovely people. They have fantastic food, very generous with their time, very generous with their knowledge, very open, always willing to share. In general, that is. I'm not saying every single person. I'm just making a general statement. So yeah. It definitely was cheaper and easier to travel back then. So, you know, huge respect for what you guys are. Can you imagine 911? Easy. Yeah, yeah. It was truly a lot easier. So my eldest was born 2002. After he was born, we stopped traveling in its entirety. The next time we really traveled was when we came to the US. Now I did a little bit of traveling, but it was work related and so on. So, but my wife did not, and the kids did not. We traveled in South Africa and so on. And here in the US, we travel in the US, but we haven't, to be honest, we haven't done a lot of traveling since we've been here. If you go and have a look, you'll see some of my travels. There's a short I posted on YouTube Shorts. If you go to my channel and you have a look, there's a brief little bit of some of the travelings I did, and that was only the last couple of years. I've only had iPhones for the last couple of years, so iPhone captures it. Of course, there's somebody trying to call me now. We're not going to be bothered with it. Hey, I have a South African friend told me some stories about spiders. Yeah. I would believe him. Yeah, I'm absolutely petrified of spiders. I am not a lot of fun around spiders. Although, how's this for an idea? So, and I've kind of spoken to my brother-in-law and my brother about it. So I will retire in a couple of years, and my thinking was, if you go and look it up, the Appalachian Trail, it starts in Georgia and it ends up all the way in Maine. So it's something like 2,200 miles. So don't hold it against me if I'm slightly off on any of those. And I said, chaps, join me, you know, when I retire. Hopefully by then they're also retired. But I said, join me. Let's go on an Appalachian Trail. You know, let's do 6 months, 2,200 miles. Let's have a lot of fun. You know, 3 guys hanging out, having a lot of fun. And I reckon there's nothing like it. That's cheers, mate. I appreciate it. So a couple of years back, I grew it, and it made everybody angry. Everybody was upset with me, and I shaved it all off. Not for them, but it was something that I wanted to do as a New Year's resolution, shall we say. So I shaved the beard off, and January 1st last year, so 2022, I started growing it, and this is a year and 3 months worth of growth. Almost the almost the end of a year and 3 months, but yeah, it's a year and 3 months of growth, and I'm kind of enjoying it. Everybody is still upset with me. I was FaceTiming my mom the other day, and she said, "You still haven't shaved." I said, "Not going to." So it's all good. But yeah, the thinking was to go do the Appalachian Trail, go spend 6 months, do that, and seeing that I'm retired, then I have zero plans past it. I can tell you this: I would not survive sitting at home and being one of those people that's retired and don't do anything. Yeah, I reckon it would be. So I I think if you take 6 months out of your life, especially if you just retired, and you spend it doing something one that you enjoy. I don't even know whether I'll make it. There's a lot of people that say guys lose a ton of weight in the first 2-3 months, so I can definitely do with some of that. New England is crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. All I know is I do not want to be there in September. Apparently, quite a few people have told me that they've who lived in Maine. They've told me that it a lot of times in September it's already snowing in Maine, and I'm not the biggest fan of the cold, to be honest with you guys. So either way, it's going to be fun. This is good, good beer. Even though the top half, that piece there, that's all slushified. So, anyways, yeah. Other than that, I think we just need to get through all this craziness that's going on at the moment. You know, it's a little bit weird, a little bit crazy. What beer? It's a Sam Adams. Oktoberfest. I kept about I bought 3 cases of these, and this is my last case. I am almost done with them. I don't know whether you possibly won't know Sam Adams. Well, if you do, it's fantastic. If you don't, it's perfectly fine. My everyday beer, I'll say, is a Blue Moon. I enjoy it. It's a very comfortable beer to drink and so on. Never tried one. Okay, yeah. Well, it depends on your liking and so on. Me personally, I've grown accustomed to it. Like I said, I brought 3 cases, but yes, they are nice. 3 cases, and I knew they were nice because I bought them a couple of years back, and I've been buying every year. So it's just keeping up with it. It's going to be sad when the last one's done and dusted, so that's fine, whatever the case may be. This is good stuff. And to be honest, the more I think about it, the more I like the darker beers. I used to be a serious lager drinker, and now, to be honest, it doesn't bother me all that much. So I'm enjoying these slightly darker beers. I have no idea what this is. Hearty and Smooth Oktoberfest. I have no idea. It's fine. Anyways, other than that, I am still working my way through. Let me show you guys this. I'm working my way through, I shall call it dessert. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I'm getting reflections either way I turn it. This stuff is possibly some of the tastiest stuff I've ever had in my life. And I'm saying this as a human being that do not like sweet alcohol. I just have a conversation, mate. Just have a conversation. I normally have like a brief overview of what I want to talk about, but I must be honest, I enjoy the conversation more than anything else. And there's always somebody that has something to say. You know, sometimes I have a couple of hecklers that join, and they're also fun. I can have a good laugh at myself sometimes. But yeah, I have a little bit of fun. You know, I hope everybody else has a little bit of fun as well. Top 3 songs by Pink Floyd. Dogs of War. Well, hold on. I shall share this. Dogs of War has to be number 1. Pink Floyd. There we go. So maybe I must, maybe I should share some of the records. I have quite a few of their records, but if you go to A Delicate Sound of Thunder, it's possibly my favorite record of theirs. I think it was released 87, 89, somewhere there. I remember when it was released, when it became available, and I was able to buy it. One of the best albums I've listened to in my youth. Have a person who joins and speaks Italian. Mate, that's perfectly fine. You know, I can't speak Italian, so I completely get it if people do not speak English. I get it, so huge respect. Delicate Sound of Thunder, that's what I was talking about. Shkabibble. Why does it not share my library? Artist, hold on, that's possibly the easiest way of getting there. Pink Floyd. So those are the 2 albums that I've got on iTunes. And Delicate Sound of Thunder. So Shine On Your Crazy Diamond, that's a impossible song in my opinion, because it's a 7.5 minute intro before that he starts singing, before David Gilmour starts singing. Dogs of War and On the Turning Away, those 2 songs, absolutely some of the best music ever. And let's pick something easy. Another Brick in the Wall. Another Brick in the Wall was banned out of South Africa, by the way. Pink Floyd was banned out of South Africa. But I've got a couple of their records, and I wonder, I probably won't be able to find it easily. Hold on. It should be in here somewhere. Cat Stevens, no. Here we go. Animals. Absolutely fantastic album. I've had some weird comments on it, so not necessarily everybody love it, but that's fine. Ooh, wrong way round. Dark Side of the Moon. There we go. Do I have anything else in here? Simon & Garfunkel. No. I'm pretty sure I have more than just these 2 albums, but they're probably in somewhere, or mixed in somewhere. So, have you ever listened to The Wall in full? Yes, I have. So The Wall, where you're referring to the album with Pink Floyd, or are you referring to the live version with Roger Waters? Because I have both somewhere. I had both somewhere. But anyways. Because it spoke out against authority in the 80s, and something the apartheid government refused to accept was anybody speaking out against it. You'll also, if you were to go back to some of the stuff around YouTube, Joshua Tree or Rattle and Hum, some of their stuff was also banned out of South Africa because they spoke against the government, and something that the government would never allow was anybody speaking up against them. I had a really good mate, DJ Costa. He was a DJ at a nightclub in Hillbrow, and I remember they took away his microphone because, yeah, he also spoke up against. I can't remember whether he was ever arrested, but I know they took away his microphone. So that was an interesting one. Hey, from Tennessee. Cheers, mate. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, Tennessee is really lovely. I think my wife said she wants to travel up Virginia, or my son's going to Snowbird, which is, I think, close on Tennessee. I don't know. I'll go figure that out at some stage. And then she wants to drive up all the way through to Ohio. Message restricted. I'm not sure why. Have you ever heard of David? I have no idea who that is. From South Africa. Well, very famous in the 60s. I have no idea who that is. I'll go look it up. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds interesting. Expose the elite. Yeah, I guess that's a very, very true statement, by the way. I was watching a little bit earlier, I was watching the Hunger Games, and I'm on vacation. Well, when I say vacation, I'm Milk. Hey, how you doing, mate? Hope you're having a wonderful day. But I was watching the Hunger Games, and it is a fascinating movie when you think about, you know, talking about the elites or exposing the elites. It's definitely an interesting conversation. But yeah, that's really what happened in South Africa. And I think as things went after 92, when the referendum, which was a referendum of equal rights, that's really what it was. After that was known that the people in South Africa wanted equal rights for everybody. It didn't matter color of skin, where they came from, and so on, but they wanted equal rights for everybody. I think a lot of those elites, I know the president of South Africa at that stage, he fled to another country. I have no idea where he went to. I didn't care, so forgive me. I'm just personal opinion. But anyways, so yeah, I want to go back to Pink Floyd quickly. So there's this unfortunate thing. As soon as people get so successful, that their egos become so inflated that they think they don't need each other. You look at strong personalities, even though he does not feature all that much. Richard Wright, the keyboardist, I suppose you can call him, absolutely talented guy, but he was always, I thought, very quiet. He wasn't, you know, out there like David Gilmour, the guitarist and the vocalist. one of the most talented people ever, in my opinion. Uh, the guy's a genius, and then you listen to his story where he explains he was growing up, and his parents basically put him in boarding school, and as soon as he became famous, they wanted to connect with him, and he said, "Well, now I don't need you. I needed you when I was young." And it's I don't want to say heartbreaking, but it is definitely interesting. Roger Waters was possibly one of my great heroes in my youth, but then again, there were a couple. Let's just be honest about it. Absolutely, absolutely. And then the chemistry, Sid Barrett. Yeah, I mean, well, when you think about it, and that was kind of why I mentioned David Gilmour being one of the most talented people. Sid Barrett had to move out for David Gilmour to move in, and then the chemistry between David Gilmour and Roger Waters, which didn't work. I mean, it worked for many years, but then David Gilmour started taking on some of the music writing and some of the lyrics writing. I don't think anybody likes it when somebody else takes over your space. You feel what's your space. But I think what Roger Waters missed was the fact that when you're a musician, it's not about you, it's about your listeners. David Cooper, okay. Okay. Very interesting. I need to go look this guy up. Promise you, I'm going to look him up. If I find enough information about it, I'll mention it. Cooper. Should be interesting, isn't it? Sid. Yeah. Yeah, sad. And he passed away, isn't it? Fairly recently, like 2016, 2017, somewhere there. But yeah, from what I understood, or what I read and what I saw in videos, he was pretty much out of it. The guys did not even recognize him for the most part. Could not really recognize him. He was just so different. But yeah, I mean, geez, what a sad event. Well, there you go. Proper laugh, but anyways. Oh, it does say pudding on it. This banana pudding has a bit of a kick to it. Let me just say this. Shine On You Crazy Diamond, which is phenomenal. Yeah. But yeah, Roger had this talent to string words together to create. Mate, I promise you, this is fantastic stuff. This is possibly some of the best stuff I've had in a long, long, long time. So yeah. Oh, it's properly sweet. It is seriously sweet. I try and stay away from the sweet stuff. I don't think it's all that good for me personally, so it's all good. But anyways, yeah, this $25. This is $25, and I can't buy one. I have to buy two at a time. It's just better that way. Hold on, let me show you this. So this became my favorite how shall I say, you know, when you're done working, you're done with everything, you just want to sit down and relax. Not a beer, one of these, mate. It's just, it takes the stress out of you immediately. Well, okay, yeah, you're spot on. This stuff is a completely different blend. It is, I don't know what they put in it. I reckon they take banana pudding and then add the moonshine to it. I don't know, to be honest, but it is wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Moonshine, I see that they've legalized it in some of the stores where you can now pick it up. So ABC, I think it is. So I try and stop by every now and then. Yeah, my brother, he likes the apple and the honey. He did enjoy the apple and the honey, but this one, the cinnamon one, is just, in my opinion, it's just fantastic. It's possibly some of the best stuff on the face of the earth. So yeah, I enjoy it, let's just say that. The Jim Beam one is also really good. Yeah, so, but get yourself like one of those small, tiny little ones. Not, you don't have to spend whatever this cost. Get yourself one of those small ones and have one of those. I think that would be, if you don't like it, it didn't cost you $10 or $20 or whatever the case may be. But yeah, those are fantastic. And then the Jim Beam ones, I actually prefer it more. And the Jim Beam, the fire, or whatever it's called, spicy or something, I forget what it's called. I have, yeah, there it goes. These with it, it's like, I can't explain it. I don't know why it works. All I can say is it does work for some reason. Guinness, oh, let me put this back. I'm obviously not as flexible as what I used to be, but yeah. So the Jim Beam, the fire with the Guinness, for some reason, I don't know why it works. All I can tell you is, for some reason, there's something about it, and it's just, it's like the heavens open and the angels start singing. Yeah, I recently started drinking Guinness. I wasn't the biggest Guinness fan necessarily all my life, but I recently started drinking it, but because of the Jim Beam, the fire, and or cinnamon, I forget what it's called, but yeah, because of it, I tell you what, it's seriously, it's like the heavens open and the angels start singing. But yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, life is good, living is easy. I'm taking it easy. No complaints on my end. I am having a lot of fun with YouTube, though. I think, without being too serious, I think that YouTube's a bit of fun, a little bit of a laugh. If it's a space where, if you know, people can talk like we're doing at the moment, and it's fairly respectful. It's no complaints, you know. Get an opportunity to say something. I think for the most part, one of the things I like most about it is if I speak something out loud, it gives me the opportunity to bounce it off of people I've never met, and they don't have a dog in the fight, so it makes no difference to them whether they agree with me or not. If they don't agree, they just move on to, the next live stream. Whereas me personally, I'm sitting here, and if people say, well, no, hold on, think about it, slightly different, or whatever the case may be, then I can grow as a human being as well, and I always take those as opportunities. So but we normally end up having a bit of a laugh. Somebody cracked a joke, in fact 2 jokes earlier, and I loved it. It was fantastic. I'm going to scroll back after this session to make notes of it. I think it was something, your nose can run, your feet can smell. Something to that effect. But I thought it was brilliant. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping those. Won't necessarily share it on a live stream, but it's going to be fun either way. So I have got a mate of mine I'm meeting at a pub tonight, and yeah, it's going to be fun. I think this was just warming me up, getting me ready to have a couple of beers tonight, couple of laughs, and so on, and obviously great conversation. And thank you so much for sticking with me. What is it, 47 minutes? Can you believe it? That's crazy. But then again, time just flies. And if I get on here on YouTube 10 o'clock at night, a lot of times it's an hour quickly without even trying. But like I said, it's always been good conversation. Every now and then a heckler or two, but those are normally a lot of fun more than anything malicious. I can laugh at myself as much as the next person can, So anyways, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say cheers, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I want to say I do this on a regular basis, and yeah, you're more than welcome to join. Apparently, if you say, please tell me if this works. Apparently, if you say, please like and subscribe, something flashes on the screen. I have no idea whether it works because it doesn't do it on my end. But yeah, you're more than welcome to. I'm gonna have a good one, mate. You listen, you have a fantastic evening as well. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll talk pretty soon again. Cheers.